2019. In a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Taiwo Adisa, which provided insight into the IGR leap, said the administration's commitment to turning Oyo State into an economic and investment hub, as well as the bold initiatives taken by Governor Makinde to encourage the ease of doing business, transform the agriculture and infrastructure sector, and ensure adequate security, were the pillars behind the state's leap on the IGR index. The statement further quoted Governor Makinde as maintaining that his government would continue to be bullish in its approach to expanding the state's economy, adding that this is in line with its commitment in the roadmap for accelerated development of Oyo State 2019 to 2023. Also, Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has told indigents of the state to stop protesting the takeover of land for developmental purposes, adding that government will always pay compensation for any land acquired. The governor, while speaking at the first-year remembrance of late Chief Theophilus Akinyele, held at the St. Paul's Anglican Church, Ajia, Ibadan, said that the indigents need to emulate Pa Akinyele, whom he said donated his own land for use of the state. The governor, who declared that he will name the Information Communication Technology Institution to be cited in Ajia after Pa Theophilus Akinyele, also revealed that the state has received commitment from the Nigeria Air Force to set up an Air Force base in Ajia, adding that the base would fast-track the development of the village. He further appealed to those who have been protesting government acquisition of lands for public good to stop so as not to be a clog in the wheel of progress. Meanwhile, Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde has stated that the state is blessed having hosted a 4-day Christ for All Nations crusade of the great gospel crusader Daniel Kolenda without any security fallout. The governor, while speaking at the crusade ground held at Asadem Ground, Ibadan, stated that it was about time the people began to pray for the healing and cleansing of the country. The governor, who thanked the local organizing committee, the CAN and the PFN, and all the people involved, called on teams from all over the world to use Ibadan for any other crusade, adding that Oyo State is ready, willing, and able. Meanwhile, not less than 60 trade unions and groups in Oyo State have pledged their support for Governor Seyi Makinde's led administration, saying that he has in the last 2 years shown purposeful leadership. They pledged their support for the governor during a meeting held at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, Ibadan. The groups, under the aegis of Progressive Artisan Association, led by Alhaji Salahuddin Komoruddin, disclosed that all leaders of association present had unanimously agreed to work for the present administration's success and vowed to work with their members in propagating the developmental projects of Governor Seyi Makinde's administration. Speaking with the groups, the Commissioner for Information, Culture and Tourism, Dr. Wasiu Olatubosun, who thanked them for their support towards the present administration in Oyo State, added that the rapid transformation in Oyo State is unprecedented. The Academic Staff Union of University, ASU, has issued a 3-week ultimatum to the federal government to address all issues in the December 2020 agreement. ASU President Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, who made the statement today while addressing newsmen, also warned that the union might be compelled to embark on another nationwide strike should the government fail to implement the memorandum of action signed with ASU prior to the suspension of the last industrial action. According to the ASU president, all the issues, including those of unpaid academic earned allowances and the university's revitalization fund, have not been addressed almost 1 year after an agreement was reached. The ultimatum is part of the resolutions reached at the National Executive Council meeting of ASUU with a proposal to replace IPPIS with the University Transparency and Accountability Solution. You'll recall that ASUU embarked on a nationwide strike in March 2020 following its disagreement with the government over the funding of the universities and the Integrated Payroll and Personnel Information System, IPPIS, among other issues. And on the foreign scene, Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte has filed to contest the Senate election next year, seeking a way to stay in politics while facing an international probe into his deadly drug war. Duterte, who is constitutionally barred from seeking a second 6-year term, filed his candidacy at the Commission on Elections office minutes before a deadline to join the race. A lawyer submitted the paperwork on behalf of the president, subduing speculation that he would run for vice president, which is the same post his daughter Sarah is contesting. You'll recall that the 76-year-old president had previously announced that he would run for vice president before changing his mind and announcing plans to retire from politics. And before I end the news at 4, here are the highlights again. My hard work has helped in increasing Oyo's IGR, says Governor Makinde. Makinde appeals to Oyo indigents to stop protesting land takeover, advises them to emulate late Chief Akinyele. Oyo blessed to host millions of worshippers for 4 days with no security hitch. And trade union leaders declare support for Makinde. Another strike looms as ASUU issues 3-week ultimatum to the federal government. Philippines President Duterte to run for Senate in 2022. And on that note, I come to the end of the world news. My name is Aboyedi Ojo. Thank you for being there.